bit behind my planned schedule for today, but that happens sometimes. So today we're playing Horizon Zero Dawn again, and of course we'll have this long intro scene. Not long intro scene. My apologies. I mean, um, this long amount of time where we have to optimize the shaders for the game. Just how it is. But that gives me a little bit of time to get everything set up. That I think everything's okay. Gotta make sure that I've actually set up the correct game to be streamed on Twitch. Look, I've had this issue a couple days ago where I was streaming or intending to stream RimWorld and ended up well, it ended up not being categorized as RimWorld until like 2 hours in when someone finally told me. But I think I figured out the reason why. It's because on Streamlabs you couldn't assign the actual game that you wanted to play, or at least I don't remember that you were. And then they only recently added that feature. And I guess I just didn't notice, so it might have just overwritten it that way. Anyways, while this is loading, what to talk about? Well, where were we? We were in a Crucible last time. The first one that the game sort of throws at you, if you will. And we learned a new ability to take control of one more machine. But in order for us to progress, like, I actually don't know how fast you can beat the storyline if you were to just beeline it. But frankly, I want to get a little bit more out of the game. Maybe not exactly 100% the game, but it's like very very possible that we'll aim towards something like that. Just to see all the things that the game has to offer for us. Something different this stream though is that I got like a small piece of cloth for the microphone, generously donated by Amopeka, who is not just a moderator on my Twitch channel, but also a very good friend in real life. And he said that because he recommended or said that I needed one, he would pay for it. I know it's not a super big investment in the big picture, but still kind of nice of him to do that. And just like last week, my neighbors are having a freaking party again. So just be glad that you can't hear it, because basically as soon as I got up, they started playing loud music again. So let's get back into the game. So we have a bit of a ways to go in terms of components, like if we want to get some upgrades. We also need to take out a sawtooth, or actually we need to take out multiple sawtooth until we eventually have 2 of their hearts as needed as components. So, oh, actually, while this is loading, I'll quickly get something to drink. Go. So I bought this weird looking drink. It's called One Edge. I've never heard about it before. There's both a blue and a red one. And I've tried the blue one already, and it tastes very much like Powerade. I mean, based off of the design of the bottle, it's no surprise. I wanted to try this red one, which is pineapple and mandarin flavor. It's a bit similar to the others, like the Powerade stuff, but it's also very different. It does taste way more synthetic and cheap, if you will. That makes sense. Turn it up so that I can hear the game. Okay. There we go. Alright, let's get out of here. So, this is the cauldron. I thought they were called crucibles as well. I can't remember if they're... Maybe I'll need to change that description some other time. Anyways. So a couple things that we can decide to do. Of course, we could try and get all these crucibles as like a secondary objective for now. We could also go for these tall necks to see like more of the map. Well, to get more of the map visualized for us. Because even without those, as long as you walk into an area, it does explore it. So I assume, and I haven't tried this before, but I assume if you were to go and explore the world, it would just eventually all be discovered, and those tall necks don't have any function. I don't think so. I don't know, to be honest. Something I still can't remember though is the location of the last coffee mug. Since we bought those maps that show you the collectibles, but from what I could count my way, or from what I could count, if we were to collect all the coffee marks on the map at least, we would be one short in order to complete the collection. So yeah, let's just say that I haven't got a slightest clue about it. We've also got the hunting grounds, which we can also aim for. But I actually really want to get this bow upgrade, so maybe we should just try and get some sawtooths destroyed. Huh. Where was the one where the ones that we were fighting the other day? That like up here? Anyways. Can't even remember what machines we can take control of now, but we did get that one upgrade. So something interesting happened to me this last weekend. I was streaming RimWorld both Friday and Saturday, and then towards the last hours of the stream Saturday, I got raided by someone coming in with like a another 12 people, which is more people than I have ever had on stream at once, you know, so far. That alone was already pretty intense, and it turned out to, like, I got this mentioned after I'd talked to them and the stream was over, and I looked it up myself. Well, sort of. So it turns out that they were the mod developers for RimWorld, and I can't quite remember, like, it's from what I was reading chat, because it was all happening so fast. I was trying to do a lot of multitasking. I do recall that it seemed like there were multiple developers in chat and they had all come from the same stream, but the streamer in question is a, I would say, pretty important mod developer for RimWorld. From what I could see on the Steam workshop, he's been working on some pretty big things, like, for instance, integrating Harmony, I suppose, into RimWorld, which, having read up a little bit about Harmony in the past, I don't even know what that actually would entail.
I'm ready.
But there was also just a lot of quality of life mods that I'm using in all of my RimWorlds made by that person. Let's just focus on this. Right. Undoubtedly, I'm gonna get my ass handed to me because this is the first fight of the day and I haven't quite readjusted to the fact that this game is a little bit difficult. Stop getting so close. And you've already used up all our spare medicine, so... Wow. That guy literally took an arrow for this robot. They're resistant to electricity, I think, so we can't use that either. Did get the arm removed though. Let's get the frick out of here. Could you like stop moving so damn close, please? Nope. Okay, well, perfect warm-up. Was he doing a taunt after he took us out? Like, yeah! The heck was that about? So this drink is supposed to be like low calorie or whatever, which, based on the ingredient label, sounds pretty accurate. So it's not like an energy drink or even a normal soft drink like Coca-Cola or whatever. But I don't know, like it marketed as low calorie. Does that... Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. I was thinking like, aren't those usually marketed as like sports drinks? But would you really want to drink them if you're doing sports? I don't know. I actually don't know. Okay. But yeah, so got rated by a pretty big modder and a bunch of other people that seem pretty cool. And oh yeah, and the most important part about this this streamer whom...
Keep that for later.
I'm sorry, but I can't remember his Twitch handle because I've only seen it like a handful of times. Oh, actually, it's shit, I got it right over here. Logic NL. And then I think one of the other people was Rui Babas. And the streamer himself was also the creator behind the Puppeteers mod, as far as I understood. Which is a really cool mod that I want to talk a little bit more about, but let's try and focus here.
They're angry.
Oh boy. I definitely know which skill to get next though. Holy shit. Wow. It's like it just fucking homes in on you. Please don't be able to hit me up here. because I want to be able to go back the other way. Oh. And of course I managed to just walk back into that. Stop wiggling around so much. Well, it would probably say the same to me. Did it get confused as to my whereabouts just because I stood up there? The heck? I think it did. Steel claw, like the thing itself is weak to tear, but what about the actual shield? I wonder. I can't remember if electricity-based weaponry is good at taking down shields like that or not. Oh shit, we were also using the inferior arrows. That's not what I wanted to use. Can we get like a critical hit in? Yes, just barely. Holy shit. Why did they explode? Wait, what? What? Okay, so in case you don't know, these things, they have like this container on the back, and if you shoot the what do you call it? The clips that hold it in place, you can loot it afterwards, and they usually have like lenses and that kind of stuff belonging to other machine types.
Never
Or
know when
coming
you
from
might
other
need
machine types. So you gotta view these as like cargo transporters, if you will. But unfortunately, if they blow up or you deliberately or undeliberately damage the container in question, all its contents is destroyed along with it. Okay, so how close to these? Okay, so if we go up this road, on the other side of the river we get up to the sawtooth, but wait, what? Why is there one here just here as well? I was thinking like, okay, let's go to the campfire just for now. Oh shit. Because I don't want to fight something like
I
that.
know how to override a sawtooth. If I can get in close.
What? Okay, well I'm just gonna run for it because oh, there it is. Go, because I wanted to get that campfire rather than risk it. Get a bunch of free melee hits in before we do the critical strike as the very last thing. Maybe we can get on the other one, and then we can back off. Okay, I totally dodged into that. Don't know if we even need to do it this way, but this is probably the easiest way to take them down, especially if there's only one. There we go. Yeah, a few shots with a bow would have done the same, it seems. Very cool. Sawtooth trophy.
Rare part.
Ah, right, that was for the hunting lodge. I remember now. We did get into the hunting lodge last week as well. With the very discriminating hunting lodge leader there basically brushing us off as the nobody. We'll show them eventually. Shit. Ow. wanted to grab something on the floor because I'm still in that freezing my toes off, what do you call it, situation. I'm still using a blanket even though we're moving way into spring. Cool. Hope that wasn't too loud on your end. My apologies. Okay. So something that I could see as a potential problem is that we don't have many good ways of healing ourselves right now. Since, if I recall, we don't have materials enough to make potions that much. Yeah, we only have for a few of them. And even then, like, these regular health potions are also becoming more and more obsolete because they don't do percentages. They just do a flat amount, so eventually it's gonna be more resource efficient if we just make the full healing potions. I think we might already be around that mark right now. Only thing is that you only make one at a time, right? So I would rather save those for when we absolutely need them. My guess is that this sawtooth over here is gonna be more than just one though. I don't know if we can do that without extra medicine. I mean, we could. Just don't get hit, right? But one thing is that I'm not a pro gamer, if you will. Like, I would consider myself a really decent gamer, but being able to focus on something like that and talking at the same time does reduce my abilities for sure. It's a bit different when you get to sit down and just play a game without, you know, having to think about other things. Actually, there's two right there, I think. Yes. Okay. That's what I was trying to hit. Can you even hit the eye on these? You can. It's just really tough when you're not aiming for it. That sounded dumb. Of course it would be. Wait. Oh, they were free here. Okay. I see. For some reason they were just standing all on top of each other. As well as somehow they were doing that. But yeah, I don't know if I can consistently get back into streaming like every Tuesday when I planned to originally do it. Because like yesterday I ended up staying up till like 2 a.m. which isn't too bad because the stream starts at 11 a.m. But it does mean that I basically have to get right to bed as soon as and fall asleep almost immediately. Otherwise, I'll be a little bit groggy when I wake up. And I would be losing out of sleep, which, you know, you should never sacrifice sleep over other things if you can help it at least. But I was hanging out with some people that I want to start doing a D&D campaign with, and we were talking about which tool to use for dungeon crawling and doing battle maps, because there's quite a few options out there. And in case you don't know exactly what I'm talking about when I say battle maps, It's the part of pen and paper where you move your token or your miniature or whatever have you around on a gridded board in order to do combat. You know, obviously not the macro level exploration where you go on a through a larger world and stuff. Anyways, we were talking about which tool to utilize because there's quite a few out there. And you know, we started talking about, okay, map tools is one thing. There's Roll20. There is on Steam. There's Fantasy Grounds, and then there's something a bit more recent, which is called Tailspire. And the short version of that conversation is that we ended up, to my knowledge, going for Tailspire because I tested it out beforehand just to see what it was like, so I could make a educated discussion and opinion about it. It was only like 21 euros, I think it was, which would probably make it about $21, I would imagine. So not the biggest investment for something that's a premium price, which means you only pay for it once, as opposed to a subscription model, which is something I value very, very greatly. Which of course also does have some risks with it, but I'll get to those.
Shadows are getting long.
So alternatively, you know, there's the free options, or optionally free options, like Roll20 and map tools. Map tools can be done completely free though, and it has some very cool features about it. The only thing that definitely shows how map tools is, as far as I know, open source, maybe even. It's definitely I don't think they have as much funding as, you know, for instance, Roll20 does. And it kind of shows in the UI. It's a bit more rough around the edges. It's got that very dated look, if you will, when it comes to all the UI elements. They don't really pop that much. Fuck, I said something like sounded clever, but it was, you know, also sounded like a bit of a dirtbag statement. But what did I say again? It's, oh shit, because I made like a brilliant comparison. Maybe I'll think of it in a moment. But let's wait. Those are wait. That's the okay, so they've already respawned, right? Because that's not the same campfire. I don't think so. Oh. Okay. Well, we've restocked on our medicine more than sufficiently, so we should be good.
A quick way down.
Oh yeah, now I remember what I said. I said like it's as if you're it's like if you're using something like Mumble in an age where we have Discord. They both work, but Mumble is just got that same dated look to it. And not to like take pot shots at people who use Mumble specifically. It was just a comparison, you know. Because like Discord is more clean in its design, and as a result, you know, that will always make a program more welcome to both new users but also less technically gifted users, if I can say that in a oh, you pain in the ass. Okay, okay. That's how you want to play. Wish I could have a little bit more control about regarding those hits here. Oh, okay. So because we shot it before doing melee on it, okay. But did we even get the thing that we need? I don't think so. I hope it's not because we need to take on like sawtooths in a different area. That would be a little bit annoying. If you fellas could just hang out. Wait, what? Ow. Yeah, that wasn't too terribly damaging. Ooh, okay, we got that. Without getting rammed to death. I mean, we did just have a safe spot here too, but... So... should I consider going somewhere else in order to find these sawtooth? Because we do have... Did we said it was a... God damn it. Freaking Genshin Impact controls. We did have an errand here for it, where if we mark this, it says sawtooth hearts. Okay, so it does mark just the nearest sawtooth locations. Because it did mark this one when we originally triggered, or yeah, set it up, because I suppose that one was closer because we were in Meridian. Something a little bit off here though is that I'm here with the sawtooth, but the location is over here. See the problem? I find this more manageable though because there's, you know, only a single one. So my guess is that we just gotta be lucky. I mean, it is a higher rarity item, so not super surprising, is it? Could you like... Yeah. Oh, that reminds me, we have skill points. Ooh, we have 4 skill points. Ah, that's probably... Oh, right, because we did the cauldron, which probably gave us another one. Gotta say, I think I prefer this pineapple one over the blue one, which was surprisingly supposed to be strawberry flavored, but it was very subtle. And not the good kind of strawberry. Anyway. Let's see, what options do we have? Care about this. Could try and get the herbalist just so that we can store more medicine for more unfortunate encounters. I was thinking about a specific skill, but oh yeah, this one. I should probably get this, since I keep getting hit even when I'm trying to dodge roll. We also should have a few treasure boxes by now, yes. Take all. Maybe we can get something good even though they're low quality ones. Extraordinary reward box. That must have been for a quest, I believe. Right? Very good. So, do we have any alternative things to put on here that are better. See, this is for ranged attacks. But that hasn't exactly been the main cause for concern. But maybe we can switch this one out. What does that do? Yeah, I think I would rather have shock resistance, and of course, you know, even higher ranged resistance. More melee would probably be better, but yeah, we just don't have that option, unfortunately. Lance ones? Oh, grazers, I mean, yeah. Okay. Let's go and do a quick save. But yeah, so the guy visiting my stream, just to go back to that again, was the creator behind the Puppeteers mod, which I assume they just came from his stream where they were playing around with it as well. And it sounds really cool. It's essentially a RimWorld mod that allows you to get control over a colonist inside a colony. Like in the colony run by the streamer themselves. And you have full control over your specific colonist, and you can decide to either like help out or, you know, mess around with the colony and the streamer. I don't know how flexible it is because I haven't had time to look at it yet. I'll either do that like sometime either later today or tomorrow, or possibly what day would that be? Thursday? Yeah, Thursday, because that's like the one of the 2 days a week that that I'm not streaming. Or I should say 3 days, because I technically take Sunday off. That's because I use my Mondays on doing grown-up chores, which suck, but you know, you gotta do them eventually. Ancient debris. But yeah, it looked really, really cool. I have looked at it earlier too, because I do want to make the RimWorld session something more inclusive, since right now we're using RimConnect, which is pretty good. Like, don't get me wrong, it's just there are some things about it that I definitely don't like. For instance, I was recently made aware that any viewer that joins the chat doesn't just automatically get into the whole RimConnect thing. They have to do something active in order to start participating, which in my opinion is absolutely terrible. So the way it works is that by viewing the stream you get silver over time, which is locked to the specific colony save that the streamer is running, and you can configure how much silver you get as well, but it's every 2 minutes you get a certain amount, which is 30 by default. And then what you can do is you can use that silver to invest into in-game events. So you can, for instance, generate a colonist for the streamer to make use of, or you could just send them supplies. Or if you're feeling a little bit extra naughty, you can also just trigger a raid. And then you use your accrued silver in order to trigger those things. And depending on the magnitude and type of event that we're talking about, your silver cost is gonna, you know, vary based off of those parameters. So say for instance you want to spawn in a colonist of really good quality, well, that would probably be, that was like 4,000 silver by default, and the game will randomly spawn or randomly generate a new colonist just like that, out of thin air, with some semi-random traits and stuff, but they are usually pretty good.
Now they're hunting me.
Okay. We've got another sawtooth respawn here. Let's see if we can't get his attention. Their attention? Do machines have gender in this? That is the question, I suppose.
I dropped it!
It doesn't seem it really matters where you hit the machine in terms of just dealing flat out damage. My guess is though that, well, not my guess, but oh shit, okay, that I didn't get that last hit. That's unfortunate. Might have hit it in the eye there in the end. Well, at least directly in its skull. Suppose that was the weak spot. Oh yes, we got one! We got one! Yeah, okay, let's go. Still need another one though, and based on the amount of these things that we've hunted up until now, it's not likely to happen anytime soon. And this unfortunate thing is that I have this weird idea that we might have gotten one for free earlier in the game when we were first introduced to these creatures, but then I probably just went and sold it because I was like, oh, we're always gonna get more of these. No briggy if we sell just a couple of them, right?
Let's get the upper hand.
Well, it wouldn't be if they weren't super rare. Could also just be that it was the lens that we got earlier game. Yeah, I see you over there. Haven't not noticed. Oh no, it didn't. Or did it? Oh, it did. Nice. Oomski.
I felt that.
Very good. Well, I guess we'll just be farming this area until we get the materials needed for the bow. Because otherwise I have a weird suspicion that it'll take us quite a while to randomly get the materials needed. So yeah, I've been contemplating on trying out this Puppeteers mod ever since I heard about it. Coincidentally, they were also talking about oh, what was it called again? It was either RimWorld Toolkit or Toolbox or something. I think it was specific to RimWorld at least. Which the other thing in question functioned almost exactly like Rim Connect in terms of what it was intending to do, but the main draw for me regarding the Puppeteers mod and this other one is that they're not Twitch exclusive extensions. Like they don't require Twitch extension like the like Rim Connect does, which has me a bit interested, because something I would like, I don't know if that's a good or a bad idea, but you know, the main, or one of the main things about Rim Connect is that you need to be watching the streamer in order to get silver, right? But you only accrue your currency when you're watching him or her play RimWorld. And on top of that, as if that weren't enough, it's also tied to a specific save, as I mentioned before, which means that if for some reason you change colony, like say you're playing a really high difficulty setup where you maybe only have one colonist, the chance of restarting is very high, then you know all that silver that people accrue during that that playthrough is gonna go lost as soon as you switch into a new save for whatever reason. Or say if you're completely having to abandon a playthrough, then all that silver is, you know, null and void as well. And then there's also the other thing where, you know, you have to actively enable, like you have to authorize Rim Connect before you even start making silver, and people don't know this. Myself, I didn't even know, you know, and I'm the streamer, I should know this stuff. Which means it also doesn't work, like it doesn't work retroactively either. So if you've watched for like 4 hours, right, that's a lot of silver you would have accumulated, and maybe assumed that you were accumulating as well. But it's until you actually authorize the like Rim Connect, you won't be making any silver. And that's just not misleading, but I guess it could be misleading to someone viewing the stream and be like, well, you know, Rim Connect is on here, so I should be making silver, but then you don't. Granted, some people don't even know what Rim Connect is to begin with, so I can imagine it being even more confusing for those people. And these are the ones that would probably mention that you would have to, that you have to authorize. Oh shit. Authorize Rim Connect. But they're the least likely to do that because they don't know about it. You see what I mean? But anyways, so this other toolkit or toolbox or whatever it's called works in a similar way, where you set up a list of things that that people can purchase. And I don't know if it like interacts with Puppeteer. I think I did ask it during the stream, but I was focusing on a lot of things on the same time, so I didn't quite catch it. But just the fact that it's not tied to a Twitch extension makes it way more enticing to me. Because for instance, every time I want to stream something that's not RimWorld, I have to go in and remember to disable the Rim Connect extension, because otherwise you get the overlay onto a game that doesn't even, that where it's irrelevant, it's just an eyesore. Get this turkey here. I think my neighbors have stopped listening to music. When you're playing video games and talking, there's less chance of you noticing, but it's still annoying in the moment that you do notice it. Okay, we definitely do this jumpy jump much further now. These are chargers. No, not chargers. That's an actual thing in the game. This is a broadhead. My apologies. I'm slowly getting the hang of the creature types in the game, but I still got a ways to go. That came from the left though. Heck. Oh, there's a grazer. Okay. Shit. A little bit too close for my tastes. Oh, this is a bad spot. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about when there's more enemies I find it harder to
Stay down.
pick a target. Fortunately, it does have the indicators on the side of the screen. Help you. Very good. What? And like, why did the music go all tense? Oh, okay, so the crab thing is coming this way, maybe? Huh. I was thinking maybe it was just that grazer on the hill over there. I don't know.
That hurt it.
Good, it doesn't have an arm. Well, it has one arm left. Okay, that went way, way more smoothly than the last one we fought. It didn't explode either.
Not bad.
So these things underneath, they have like I assume it's like a battery or something. I can't remember what the component's called. Ah, see, this is what we're looking for, you know. These containers are pretty good. But yeah, if you destroy the thing on their underside, they explode. Which, why would you ever want to do that then? Because it's such a hard spot to hit that they'll be practically destroyed before you even get the chance to hit something like that. Or I suppose maybe if you use the tie ropes, then it's a little bit easier to get them to do that. Like, expose it, I mean.
Not gonna be a problem overriding that laser. Catch her again.
Oh, I was only barely dodged that one. That grazer's still watching us, by the way. I still notice it from time to time on the side of the screen there. Oops. Haven't forgotten about the other machine here that we didn't loot yet. And another one. Oh, there's still a charger left even. Okay. Whoa. Nice. Okay, that was a little bit of a risky move. I actually thought it went down with that last shot, but it didn't. I was like, oh shit, melee attack before it stabs us in the gut. And possibly kills us, you know, these robots tend to kind of do that. When you least expect it, nonetheless. Okay, so wasn't there like another one of those lance horns somewhere we took out? Okay, there's... So we took out that first one at like a pretty far distance. Before they even started barely moving. So going back to that Puppeteers mod again. I want to try it out at some point. My main issue right now is that, you know, I'm pretty far into this other colony using Rim Connect. And so far, my thought process has been that I want to, how do we put it? Sort of get that to a close before doing a new one. I don't want to have two different colonies running at once because for once, it's, not for once, but on one side, it would seem pretty confusing to me to come into a stream as like, oh, it's this colony today. And I assume people would be less invested in it then. Because they can't just drop in on like either of the streaming, RimWorld streaming days and participate in the colony. Then they would also need to, you know, be there on the exact days that I do that specific colony. And that's just a no-go. I want to do one colony at a time, and then when we're done with it, we put a cap on it and move on to the next. And for Puppeteer, like, here's the thing. I do want to do the Puppeteers thing, but I also have been contemplating on doing a more heavily modded playthrough as the next RimWorld thing. Not just to show off, you know, some really cool mods that are out there that you can stitch together, but also to provide more options when it comes to the Rim Connect integration. Because the way it works is that it just takes all the items in the game, for instance, by default, as far as I know anyway, including modded ones, and then based off of their in-game silver value, that's how much you have to pay with the Rim Connect silver. Which means that, for instance, there's a mod that adds actual dragons to the game. And a full adult dragon from that mod can like have the value of up towards 20,000 silver. Which means that you would need to accrue, you know, about 20,000 something silver if you wanted to spawn in a dragon of that caliber, which is, to me, you know, the most, let's say, efficient way of balancing it out, if you will, because it means that it can happen completely automatically. And if there's something you don't want there to be in the store, you can disable those specifically if you want. But it's a good starting point to just use the actual in-game silver value. Mind you, it doesn't always... Okay, let's get this one. Okay, could not dodge roll into that wherever I was trying to go. Okay. Didn't I do like over 100 damage before? Why am I doing so little to this one? Shit. Shh. Or am I already missing the What? Oh shit, I was so sure that we would die there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we started doing less damage. What's up with that? Anyway, we got the freaking Sawtooth heart. Yes! That's exactly what we needed. Nice. That also means that we don't have to farm these things anymore. We have the metal shards, so Okay, maybe I want to take down this crab walker here. We have saved our game, so it's not like we're gonna lose out on the component if we die in the process here. Going in stealthily like. Okay, we detached the box. Okay, so just hitting the shield will eventually put it on cooldown, I suppose. Being a bit more relentless with these arrows. Okay, can we hit somewhere that's not protected? Thank you. Okay, so just 2 arrows, that's not too bad. So we're just being relentless with our attacks, we can just, you know, brute force our way through the shield on that one. That's good to know. Get the things off of this one. Luminous braiding. Very well. Now let's head straight to Meridian so that we can do that transaction and get the new weapon. Let's remember to press X instead of circle because Genshin Impact, that's not what we're playing. But yeah, regarding the whole rimworld thing, maybe, and just maybe, my next playthrough will be, instead of Rim Connect, it'll be a combination of the two aforementioned mods instead. So Puppeteers and I'll try to set the toolkit thing up. But at the same time as that, try and see if we can't get it working with a bunch of mods that add more gameplay. And from what I understand, any viewer who wants to participate, they basically have their character on like a web-based client where you can also see all the different streamers that are using Puppeteer at in any given moment. Was this? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, maybe we... God damn it. X, not circle. Could probably have bought it somewhere else. But this was just more guaranteed that he would be here. Get it. And then equip that instead of this one. What should we aim for next though? I mean, we could get a better tripcaster. Not gonna be wouldn't be too super expensive. Alternatively, we could also get something like this sling here, which would give us more elemental damage options. But we would need crystal braiding. I don't remember where you get those. Already have that one. We could also try and go for a shadow rope caster, because those are universally useful for tying down enemies and then taking them out. The Rattler is, I don't know, is it even gonna be relevant at all? Because the way that we're playing this difficulty, we kind of want to get the accuracy, like make use of accuracy in order to hit all the weak spots. So all these very seemingly low damage numbers seem like a no-go to me. Because, like, for instance, even for human enemies, we would never want to get up remotely close enough to utilize something like this. And of course, there's the blast sling, which this thing just does so much fucking damage. It's ridiculous. Ammunition is pretty expensive, but you know, what does that matter if you can literally one-shot enemies? We probably won't be able to due to the, even with damage upgrades. I feel like we can probably get the damage up quite high, but yeah, not as high as on normal difficulty. I'll do a job for the rope caster. We did that, good. And then let's look at our inventory. Nope, crafting I mean. Because we want to get those things off of here so that we can put them onto here. Get that handling increase and get the next handling increase. Question is, should we get one more handling or should we get one less handling and more damage? Let's go for the damage one. And we should also have a couple just straight up damage coils that we can move the damage potential with it even more. Okay, so let's see, what are we looking at here? 56 damage on the primary arrows compared to 37. Yeah, so they're still, they do a good amount of damage more than the hunter's bow. They're also much more expensive though. And what about the tear? I mean, the tear is surprisingly terrible in comparison. We'll see how useful this is. Something I wanted to check too as well though is the arrows. Because in here we should be able to see a description of them. Okay, so this is like good if you want to get additional resources. But wouldn't it be easier to just take out more enemies faster than trying to hit removed parts? Like intentionally with the like intent of utilizing the harvest arrow. But yeah, I guess the precision arrow also has the thing about it that it's like got some punch to it. So if you want to like stagger an enemy or get them knocked down, that's a little bit more useful to use these arrows than regular bow arrows. Now that we're here, what's actually the description of the hotpoint ones? They deal medium impact and high tear damage. Yeah. So I guess I guess we don't want to use the sharpshooter's bow how we were using it earlier in the game. Because we did utilize the fact that we could make more damage with these arrows, like way more than the hunter's bow for a while, by just increasing the handling of the sharpshooter's bow to the point where it was almost as fast as the hunter's bow. Because then that was just, you know, for 4 times as much damage almost, just at the cost of resources. But now these hardpoint arrows are more resource efficient, I believe. Also because they tear off metal plating, so it's easier to get to the more vulnerable parts. Do we have any upgrades in here? Upgrade the ropecaster ammo pouch, I suppose. That's done. Might as well upgrade anything that we can, because I did mention that last week as well. As soon as we have all the carry capacity upgrades and there's nothing else that we need to spend our animal parts for, then yeah, all those components can just be sold. Speaking of selling stuff, by the way, maybe we should sell some things while we're here. Yeah. Assumed so. That's all the skin. Well, we have all these low tier lenses, which I don't even know if we need for anything apart from selling, since we won't be going for the lower tier weapons, which I assume this is where those are used. What else do we have? I mean, we're starting to have a lot of these sparkers, which I don't think we need this many, to be honest. We can probably just make do with 200. Let's just get rid of some just for in order to clear out some of our capacity. Because unless we get a skill to increase it, we kind of can't increase our carry capacity anymore. As I know. Definitely want to keep the wire, because those you use up so fast. Or you can use up very quickly anyway. Have about 100 blaze. And let's do the same for chill water. And the middle vessels. And there's these metal burn. Let's just keep them for now. Get rid of some of all these lenses. And when I mean say some of them, I mean all of them. I'm sure we can just reacquire lenses rather quickly. So I'm not too worried about getting rid of those. The hearts though, that's a bit of a different story. The ones for watchers we're definitely gonna just be getting more and more of, but yeah, I think with 57 out of 100 capacity, we're sitting at a good spot. Okay, let's get back to a safe location and then figure out what we want to do next.
The cries of the merchants, the scent of...
So let's have a look at our quests for a little bit. Because what level are we? We are level 26. But you know, some of these quests are quickly becoming very low level in comparison. So yeah, we also have some errands. Yeah, this one we'll just do automatically once we start fighting some ravagers. There's all the hunting grounds. Pretty sure in order to do these tutorial missions, we actually have to like choose one and then actually go and do it specifically. They don't just get automatically completed, I think. Weapons of the Lodge, yeah, that's like just gonna be doing all the hunting ground stuff. Fatal Inheritance should be something nearby. Yes, it is. Okay. We'll just do that one, I suppose. Let's take the elevator. Can't quite make up out if one of them is up here or not. Oh, this this seems dangerous. Wait, what? Why was the gate open when there was no elevator here? I could have fallen down to my death here. Yeah, I definitely prefer this red drink over the blue variant. My guess is that it's basically like supposed to be a competitor to the whole, what's it called, Powerade thing. Just because of how similar it looks. I mean, the first one I tried was basically the same blue color as Powerade and almost the same taste. So no doubt they tried to mimic that product for sure.
These aren't goods, they're necessities.
Hope I don't burn in the sun.
Go and check out this estate. See what's going up, going down. Oh, those are dead people. Okay.
This must be Ronamon's family estate.
Well, there's definitely some watchers here. Anything else we need to worry about? Oh, a Ravager. So, the Ravager. I want to try utilizing this for a change just to see. Okay. So its weakness is fire and strength is shock, so don't try and place down shock traps. Got it. Power cells. Those are weak to shock. I'm pretty sure they explode if you use electric weaponry on them. Oh yeah, this one has the Ravager cannon. And it just mentions the potential loot. Gotcha. Okay, the harvest arrows are intentionally cheaper than regular ones. Makes sense, they're supposed to be massable, so... Yes, it doesn't make sense to use the sharpshooter's bow in this case.
You're not gonna be the one to stop me.
Ow. There we go. Pick it up. Yeah, I should have seen that coming. Well, it was worth a shot. To see if you could just, you know, do the tactical move of utilizing its own weapons against it like that. But I guess you need to be a bit more patient. Hmm.
This must be Ranamon's family estate.
Also don't have, you know, the largest quantity of medicine in the world at our disposal, so... Oh, oh no. Oi! Ah, Jesus. How was I not hitting? Yeah, this is going splendid. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, there goes that tree. Oh, shit, I didn't dodge in time. Hey, who's up for round 3? I wonder I wonder how effective
This must be
a
Ranamon's family estate.
fire trap would be against that. If I had like a better trip caster, I could use those. Maybe we should use this actually. God damn it, plants, get out of the freaking way. Well, that definitely removed all its armor plating on one side. Very cool. This is not very cool though. Whoa.
I'll take this.
That's what I was trying to do all along.
Without warning.
Ah, jeez. Bonk. I was not taking no for an answer. I knew it would work eventually. I think the Terror Blast arrow definitely helped out with the situation though. Required me to do way less aimed shots at the cannon to get it loose. And also, afterwards, it helped out by having removed all the armor plating. So, what happened here? What happened? Oh, someone's still alive. Okay. Did you actually absolutely need to use that spear?
I didn't really believe anyone was coming for me. I think everyone else is dead.
What happened?
Tell me what happened when the machines attacked.
There were screams. I came running. The Ravager ripped through the guards like dolls. My father pushed me into the larder. I heard him kill a watcher. Then, blasts from the Ravager's cannon. Silence. I tried opening the door, but he'd locked me in.
He saved your life.
And I'll never be able to thank him.
Do you have any idea where the machines came from, or why they attacked so suddenly?
We've been seeing more and more machines around here every year. That's why my father hired more guards. But they've never attacked like this before. I have no idea what caused it.
Stay here. I'm gonna have a look around.
Good thing we have this
I need to take a moment with my father.
amazing MacGuffin that makes us the chosen one. AKA the focus. Okay. Getting a little bit distracted here, but let's just get this fox real quick. Oh, there's another one. Oi! Did not expect it to run through that. Oh well. Whack. Oh, that's on the outside, I think.
Stocking up.
Okay. Something ticking in there. Ah, there's the
Locked.
door.
There must be a way in.
So we need to do some parkouring, eh? Hmm. Doesn't seem like we gotta climb up on the outside here. It does seem like we need to get up on that pagoda somehow. Or not pagoda, but this overhang. At least I think so. Just because there's a rope up there. Maybe that's just my Legend of Zelda thinking that comes into play. Okay, there's another rope on the opposite side though, so maybe that's not as relevant as I thought. This boils back to the whole, there usually is only one correct way inside in this game. And in this case, I think this is it.
I wonder why it was locked. Was someone hiding something? That device is sending out a signal. Could be what attracted the machines. Okay, that should cut the signal. But someone put this here to call in the machines and kill everyone on the estate. Unlocks from the inside.
What a door design. Couldn't just break that open again with your spear, huh?
I found a lure. I think someone might have put it here deliberately to draw in the machines. Did your father have enemies?
Rainaman, my brother.
Just need to check something.
First there was gambling, then stealing, then extortion. He swore vengeance when my father kicked him out.
It was Ronamon who begged me to come. He needed the machines cleared out to claim the property.
We can't let
Oh
him.
yeah, I remember the plot line of this.
Murderous snake.
Can't let me do what, sister? Claim my inheritance?
We shared a crash, murderer. Have you no honor?
Oh, I guess not. But I will have this estate. When you meet Father in the next life, tell him I'm enjoying his money. As for you, this little device will summon more machines. A lot easier than killing you myself.
Yeah, what was his plan with that thing anyway? Like, what a dumbass.
Fight or run?
I mean, wouldn't it just be only fight though? Use that cold thing. Whoa. Oh shit. Forgot. Okay, that's a bad strategy. Whoa, 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 calm yourself. Ow. Well, this is not going... Nope, it's not what I wanted. Not exactly going too well. Ow. Oh shit. Once again, let's try it from the top. Actually, probably not here anymore now that it did load the game, but okay. Frost resistance thing. Okay, this is so freaking chaotic. Can we like... Yeah, then there's like 2 more that are out to get me. Let's try and see if we can't tie one down there. Come on. Oh, that's not what I should do. Wiggle hands. Okay. Squish. Yeah, that's definitely not an option then. Do I really just have to land enough hits on these things to not get completely destroyed? Mind you, this was like supposed to be doable at level 15, so my aim just has to be good. Forgetting to use the frost resistance thing. Okay. There we go. This is how you do it. I guess. Damn, that grass is just so much in the way. Whack it. Good. Okay. Let's loot these birds and then see what the conclusion of this storyline is. I think this is the last body over here. There we go. Hey, talk to the woman again.
I'm glad there are good people like you in the world. It helps to make up for scum like my brother. My father was always generous in his gratitude. A family tradition I would like to continue. Take this. I hope it will help you in your travels.
What about you though? You're like completely alone now. Wait, what? Why does this one have loot in it again? Well, free stuff, don't complain. That's probably because of the whole dying thing and reloading. Hey, so was that literally it? And go to Day Tower. Or you could do this thing, but where does that require us to go? Okay, to a couple of places. It's all in the near vicinity though, and we need snap maul lenses anyway. Might as well do that then.
Oh, useful.
Okay, so let's take the one on the right first.
Going down fast.
Okay, those are the snap maws. Be able to take those out no problem. With emphasis on should. I always tend to end up eating my own words, after all. Oh yeah, they have the fire weakness, don't they? And they have blaze canisters too. Okay. What happens if we hit those while they're submerged? Okay, nothing.
Red light means trouble.
Okay. Ow. Ow. Okay. Jesus Christ. Vomit. That's one. I don't like to be here. Yowzers. I mean, if that thing hits us, we're fucking screwed. Okay, it's freaking out because of the fire now. Nice. Yeah, hitting those two canisters was definitely a good thing. Very good. Very good. Okay. We seem to drop a lot of metal shards, these. Just basic currency wise. Hey, what though? Let's get this thing saved here. And let's continue onwards towards the target. Don't think there's any enemies in between here and where we're going, so we should be clear. Though I assume the end location might be full of enemies still. Pick that up, please. Okay, I see some blue lights. Hope to have a snap maw, 2 snap maw. Okay, if it's just 2 of them, we might be good. Even though we're very low on healing supplies. Actually, maybe we can make some. Grab some potions. There we go. Yeah, let's do that. Always having something is better than nothing.
Wanted to say her goodbyes.
Okay, just double checking that there's only 2. Okay. Does it work? Probably not. Oh, actually it does. No? No. Probably because it's in the water. Interestingly though, hitting the actual machine does work. Way too many trees around here for my tastes. Ow. No way I was dodging that, not when it came running at me like this. I need to be able to see where I'm going. Whoa. Let's try a different approach now. Fire canisters exposed. Well, at least some of them are. Can't get a clear shot though. Oh, I guess we'll just have to brute force it. Moving around so much. Grab me. Grab me. I think this is at the edge of where they'll follow you too, so it's like... That's one of them. This... The other one's trying to get away. Oh, okay, maybe I'll get away. Here, shrubs. Ow, that hurts. Okay. We got it, but damn, do we need to use some healing potions in order to do this. We did manage. This is a medicine plant? Nope, this is the chill water, okay. Well, I guess I was wrong about the whole there no being any enemies in between us and the target. Oh well. Let's take a look at some of all these plants here. Is that a fish? Where's this scrap? Chill water, okay. Yeah, I did see that. We'll get back to it in a moment.
Save this for later.
Oh. Got like a little data thing here. What is this? Data corruption partial. Naysay doom. Naysay Doom is an exploitative mess. When it was announced at last year's Undertow Hollowfest, the notorious schlock provocateur Lloyd Stroud was rapping post-prod on an immersive historical drama about a notorious Naysay Doom cult. Naysay Doom cult, okay. The news was met with, well, let's be kind and say trepidation. Stroud has shown himself to be a talented, if needlessly edgy, craftsman of shocking interactive holopulp. But Naysay wasn't some tentacled monster or science fantasy trope. It was an actual real-world atrocity, barely 2 decades in the archive. And while some critics, myself included, wondered if the Hollow would turn out to be Stroud's long-rumored turn to more respectable fare, most predicted disaster. The first hour would make you think that the cult's greatest crime was the tortured dictation of Harriet Choi's overwrought monologues. Data corrupted. Okay. So I guess this is all about like commentary on some movie maker or something. Or maybe even a book. Oh yeah, I guess it did mention some hollow thingy. So probably their equivalent of a movie. Dictating, or well, covering real world events, but inaccurately or whatever. Okay, so we have someone here who hasn't been murdered by snap moths.
When we fled from our cages during the liberation, I tore through this clearing, thinking my friend was behind me. I kept running, but here she remains. Thank you for making it safe for me to return.
Hmm.
I don't want to rush you, but it won't stay safe for long.
I understand. I've done this before in waking dreams. In the pool, I'll find the bracelet of seeds she dropped when she fell. The seeds will be split, escaped, grown wild. She's passing from my memory into the jungles. I'll tell her it was I who died here and became a stranger in our own land, and she who still lives in every time of planting, of rains, harvests.
What is it?
There. Her bracelet. And I thought she was behind me. But there's only my reflection.
Do you need to be alone?
For the first time, I am.
What a freaking nut job. Holy shit. Well, let's go to the other one. What quest is this again? Honor the Fallen. Sun Priest wants to usher... Yeah, okay, between tribes by helping free pilgrims. Oh yeah, okay. So, I guess they're traumatized due to the red raids and they're like going on a pilgrimage in order to find themselves, or however you want to put it. And of course, you know, given the state of the world and everything, this is pretty dangerous territory. They probably, you know, wouldn't survive a trip like that if I didn't do anything. Or if someone didn't help them out, I
I'll
should
find a
say.
use for you.
I mean, Aloy doesn't have to be the one helping everyone, but she just ends up becoming that person.
This must be the sun's
Typical
climb, where the
RPGs.
Banuk wants to paint his mark.
This is a really cool angle of Meridian, though. I can't remember what that thing on the other side is. It does get mentioned eventually, and I think it might be related to the main storyline, but it's been so long I can't remember. Okay, this is not a good place to fight something like this, though.
Someone saw me.
Can't quite reach it, though. And there's more than one. I think there's a total of 3 of them. Wait. Maybe I... Was it a different way of doing that, I suppose? I was just about to say, maybe I shouldn't have agitated those birds. Maybe I should have just went
Here they come.
around. Ah, I think this is a place to climb up, okay. Okay. That almost killed me. So, this is like a brilliant spot to put enemies that are all over you when you fight them. Jeez. Oh, see ya. Okay. Only took that out because it was like in our face and I couldn't really hide from it now, could I? Hey. So it seems like we can climb up here though. I mean, surely you're not intended to fight 3 of them at the same time on a cliffside like this. There's no way. Okay, left or right though? Try the left. Oh, Jesus. Not again. Can't exactly dodge roll a whole lot up there while I'm trying to select my freaking healing items. That's like been my go-to strategy when I'm trying to heal when I'm low. Where are we now? Yeah, we're just at the bottom here. Okay. Well, since we know that the birds are gonna be a problem regardless, I suppose we might as well try and get their attention while down here. I'd rather fight them here than way up there. Is that even a possibility though? Wait, what? Shit. And that's their most dangerous feature, is that freaking attack. Okay, that's one down, I think. Nice. Whoa, we were pretty damn lucky there. Holy shit. Okay. So that's one. But we didn't finish off that first one completely. Just sort of got knocked down, so it must be close. Must be that one. Really? Not down yet. Okay, I think that finished it off, maybe? Yes. I would say this is a more interesting and difficult fight location than I was quite looking forward to. Gotcha. Oof. Okay. That was way too stressful. Holy shit. Dude. And of course, the last one fell down there somewhere, so not gonna bother with the loot at the moment, only if we like happen upon it when we go back down. Okay. So I guess we came up on a different side than I originally approached this place from, which means you just walk straight up. Whereas on the other side it was like, oh, you gotta climb all this shit.
You are a better hunter than I. I'll paint the mark while the spirits of the Glinthawks linger.
There'll be more where they came from.
Yes, there will always be more machines. Their spirits find new bodies, but we only last as long as memory.
Oh yeah, these are the Banuk, right?
That's why I must leave this story. A monument to our vanished shamans, to the wisdom the Karja bled from us. The machine oil in the paint will preserve it. Preserve their memory against all that was cut away.
Hmm.
You have my thanks, Hunter.
Why that awkward camera in the end there? Why was that needing to be there? Okay, so there should be a metal flower up here too. Must be on the other side of this rope. Yep.
Patterns on this flower are so strange.
There we go. So, what's the last location? Okay. Is that one actually gonna be easy to approach, though? Because the other two here are kind of just out there in the wilds. But that last one does seem to be closer to the road, so maybe we don't need to actually fight something for once. Though I doubt it. We're also slowly running out of these frost resistance potions. And when it comes to those glint hawks, that's like one of those moments where I'm unsure what defense values you need to be looking at, because is the frost attack also considered a ranged thing? I wouldn't think so, because it's, you know, just frost damage. But if it doesn't, then there's a lot of enemies that have ranged attacks that don't, like, where it doesn't make any sense to get ranged damage resistance. And frankly, I don't have the patience to trial and error my way into figuring out what is what. And I'm sure someone's done the research. But so far it seems like just don't getting hit is the go-to option anyway. This is sawtooth, I think. Do I want to fight it? I mean, if it's only one, we might as well. Not too terrible of a fight. Oh, okay, so it's guarding a bunch of grazers. Or are they Lancehorns? They are Lancehorns. Didn't notice they only had 2 canisters there. Okay. That's a little bit too far away. Oh, you little shit. So now I'm only doing 60 damage. What gives? Or was I just misremembering all this time? Oh, we did way more than that. Boom. Okay. Looks like a 2-stage attack. Not too shabby. Fire coil. Not too impressive of loot. Okay. Hypothesizing whether or not we should deal with these, but let me just get that.
I'll find a use for you.
Let's do it. God damn it, come on. Whoa. Okay, this one's limping. Okay, yeah, okay. Freaking 4 hit points away from being finished off. Would you like...
There.
Yes, Aloy, that's correct, but if we can actually do it before it gets up. Just barely. Cool, okay, that went really well. And where's the... oh, it's on top of here.
Forget about traveling light.
Oh. See... I forgot to sell out on these things. It's not the full value, but just enough so that we can pick up this. Hey, then I guess... where's the third one? There. Hey.
Good. I can use this.
Nice. Always use more metal shards and components. Okay. Continue onwards though. We'll keep an eye out for some fish while we're at it. Though it might be easier to just go across here. Maybe not. Yeah, because this is gonna be like a raised pathway in the back there. Okay. Couple broadheads. Anything dangerous though? It's been a while since our save, so... oh, there's a fire right over there.
It's not what I imagined when I was a boy, but it's decent work, keeping the city safe.
It should just be up here somewhere, alright.
Greetings.
This must be the Shrine of Kings that
It may
Naman
have been
told me
meant for
about.
the Mad Sun Kings, but it's ours now. Public monument, not his private shrine.
You won't get in there. That dried up old prune in a robe sees to that.
I can be persuasive. But what does an Osram want with a Karja shrine anyway?
It reminds me of someone. Gone 2 years now. But what does a girl like you know of loss?
Try me.
I had a
Try
lover.
me.
Worked on monuments to their bastard king. Then he gave them a show in their sun ring for good measure. Karja gave me back his broken bones, but what use are they? They won't build again. They won't make me smile.
And seeing a statue of the Mad Sun King will?
I need to see his work again. The marks his hands carved. The set of the metals they hammered. That's the soul of him. But that shriveled up old priest won't let me near it.
I'll see what I can do.
Probably worried that he'll just rage out and break everything.
Turn away, child. The abiding Jahaman wishes to be alone in his retreat.
If you want to be alone, go someplace else. Others want to pray here.
Defile it, you mean? Yet another debasement of what was once pure. Truly, our tribe has lost the light.
Oh, he's
Our
one
king
of
is
those
false,
people.
Our temple is corrupt, and our soldiers weak. The sun hastens across the sky for shame.
So he's... Oof. Yeah, what was once pure?
So the Karja have become impure? What does that even mean?
Is Meridian not meant for those who built it, who made it great? It was pure before outlander squatters took it over.
You mean Meridian was pure when the outsiders were in cages or dying in your arena?
The sun is pure, child. It is not our place to question its
Oh
divine
my god,
will,
he's like as
only to
crazy as a nut of a nut job as the old king was.
I thought Avad taking the throne was the sun's will.
The boy dishonored his father, dishonored us all.
Yep.
To kill a sun king. What shadow, what twilight time he brought upon us.
And how many more would the Mad Sun King have killed if Avad hadn't stopped him?
The sun called for blood. There was no choice but to obey.
You called the temple corrupt, but aren't you one of its priests?
They call themselves sun priests, but they have no authority. Youths and sycophants all. Yet those who gave their whole lives to the sun's service are shamed and ignored.
So that's what this is. A tantrum? A cry for attention?
You know nothing of our rights, and yet you dare to insult me.
Oh, you big baby priest. Get over it. Your past is in the past.
Why do you think your army is weak? Because you're not at war with everyone?
A Karja throne relying on forged dirt mercenaries? Preposterous! The so-called liberation was nothing but a purge. Our most blessed warriors, chased out of the city, exiled to Sunfall and the Forbidden West. Our tribe is torn. The ones who walked in light now go by shadow.
And yet everyone but you seems happy they're gone. I'm done arguing with you. Stay or go, but I won't allow you to keep others away.
I am here by the will of the sun.
You're a coward. You have no authority. Change has already happened. Don't see what calling him a coward would make us a difference.
If you won't accept change, you should try to make peace with it. Your bitterness has poisoned you.
I have no need of your pity.
I wasn't offering it. But if you step aside, you can keep your pride, since it's so important to you.
There'll be a reckoning.
You'll back away from it.
I'd like an opportunity to share a drink with Aaron.
I mean,
There's a man who knows how to enjoy life.
did he have to like oblige with Aloy's demands? Well, eventually he would just piss off the current king to a point where it's like,
Keep the wheel
how do you
turning
put
all
it?
day.
Like he would just get himself like thrown out.
I've earned a drink or two.
He gave them the best work he'd ever do. And look at it now.
They defaced it because they hated what it stood for.
They defaced a thing slaves like him lived and died for. Slaves they've already forgotten. Short-sighted bastards, the lot. If they thought their son set off this bridge, they'd jump after it. I thank you for honoring my wish.
I hope you can find peace.
I wouldn't know what to do with it, any more than the Karja do.
Good to see you.
So they defaced the statue by literally chopping the head off.
Stay busy,
So that is definitely a pretty peculiar like view on the situation.
Karja people walk slow.
So the Karja themselves defaced their own statue because they hated what it stood for, I assume. But the people who are actually the most affected by the erection of that statue in particular now, you know, feel remorse because they don't, even though the statue portrays something so evil and cruel, it also still was made by, you know, their loved ones. But what would you really do in a situation like that? I mean, I think it draws some pretty good parallels to the real world where they're removing, or, you know, at least people are debating as well, like removal of certain monuments, landmarks, you name it, of people from the past who have, you know, in newer modern light of things done some pretty cruel stuff in the past. Like, of course they're no longer around, so it's the question, should we like erase these statues from the face of history at the cost of not eventually being able to recall the past outside of something that's in a history book, say?
Save these for the trail.
After all, something that's out there in the open is a way more direct and, what do you call it, like in your face kind of reminder that something's that's written in a textbook somewhere. You know, not everyone gets to question the things that were written because not everyone's gonna read it. But when it's a statue that's out in public, it's very quick and easy to question, like, who was this person and why was this statue erected? And then that helps keep the conversations going instead of it fading into obscurity. I don't know, I think there's some value to that. Not trying to bury the past, but just acknowledge it for what it was. Something that happened in the past. And, you know... Oh, okay, so this is not a wild thing. I was like, what's this thing doing here? Okay, so we gotta go back to the priest, I presume.
There's a guard under the last king.
But yeah, that's just my take on it anyway.
The ceasefire has to be a trick. The Karja and Shadow will break.
I'm not saying that we need to preserve absolutely everything that has been erected in the name of some cruel person or conceptual thing in the past. Oh, what's this? The Liberation. Link-free scroll of parchment stamped with wax seals. Oh, so I guess this covers the liberation of the city. Yeah, an official account ascribed by the reckoners of the Sun Priest and marked with the emblems of truth by exacting Varan who witnessed these events. I don't know if we need to read through this, because we already know that, yeah, the old Sun King was, well, usurped by his own son, I suppose. This is more of like a detailed account, yeah. So during Second Era, the Radiant Avad fled Meridian at dusk with his honor guard, soldiers loyal to him over the Sun King. All night they traveled northwards, knowing that come the dawn they would be branded as traitors and marked for death. So it was that when Jiren made that proclamation, they had already traveled far, and in time they did reach the edge of the Sundom and crossed into Oseram territory. For Avad was canny and planned to negotiate terms with the Oseram. He knew he had an ally among them, Ursa, a fierce Oseram warrior with whom Avad had a long and unusual history. 2 years earlier, Ursa had been brought to Meridian as a captive, destined for sacrifice. But she survived the Sun Ring, killing 2 kestrels by her own hand. Thus did she earn the honor of being made a palace slave, and in this role came to know Prince Avad. A rare friendship was formed, and Avad conspired to free his friend, who returned at once to the Oseram homeland. Now, desperate for allies, Avad sought out the Oseram he had helped to free. Ursa had ties to the warlords and freebooters who resisted the Red Raids. With Ursa's might and Avad's keen strategy, they could raise a warband and move to overthrow Jiren. And as a rightful heir to the throne of the sun, Avad hoped to inspire many of his people to rebel, so sparing Meridian from a drawn-out war. After months of preparation, Avad and his allies crossed the border and marched on Meridian. As word of their advance spread, many Carja soldiers fled back to the city, laid down their arms, or even joined the liberators. Yet wise Avad knew that Jiren's faithful would defend Meridian to the last man, even sacrificing the lives of its citizens if it would hold the holy city against siege. He found kestrels and city guards already set in on the walls, ready to face arrow and shot. But Avad's Oseram allies had brought new weapons never seen beneath the sun. Thundering cannons, strong as machines, Avad permitted them to fire their salvos on the outer walls, bringing many defenders down with great carnage. As the smoke cleared, the liberators attacked in 3 groups. One scaled the walls beneath the Temple of the Sun, another took to the aqueducts of the palace, while the main forces overcame the barricaded city gates with cannon fire. These were the final blasts fired at the holy city, as Avad forbade any further destruction. Sounds pretty smart and reasonable. In the streets, too many scenes of brutality and chaos played out to recount. Among the terrible miasma of blood and smoke, the Sunring slave pits were opened and hundreds spilled out, desperate to escape. Many of Jiren's supporters seized their chance to flee with this flood of unfortunates. The day had turned, and seeing his forces much reduced, the Sun King Jiren ordered his trusted kestrels to take Itamen, his sole remaining heir, from the city. Hellas, terror of the sun, cleaved the path through Meridian from east to west, striking down all in his way, ally and foe alike. The savagery of Hellas and his kestrels could not be matched, and so it was that Itamen, his mother the Dovager Queen Nasadi, and the High Sun Priest Bahavas escaped. Avad confronted Jiren in his solarium. He had hoped his father would answer for his crimes honorably, but seeing this could not be so, with great anguish he struck him down. As the murder of a true Sun King is an unthinkable act, and surely would plunge the world into shadow, Jiren's death proved that the sun had renounced his legitimacy. Yes, sun had turned to shadow on the throne of Meridian, and it was Avad's light that drove the shadow out to the west, where it remains to this day. So was the cycle of things corrected in this, the first year of the reign of the 14th Sun King, the Radiant Avad. Okay, so that means that, just to digest this a little bit, it does mean that there is actually another heir out there, I suppose, which can't remember if we get like involved with but I assume they're like leading the Shadow Carja or whatever. Something that I do appreciate in this little bit of exposition here is that you know, Avad did a pretty medieval accurate thing that you would have done, you know, in true to like actual history. You know, when you're sieging down a city, what's the point of sieging it down if you end up destroying everything? It's the same logic used when talking about sieges in the medieval ages, where you had the option of either sieging down a city, which literally just meant starving them to death until the point where they give up, essentially, or, you know, in some cases you could maybe, through intrigue and whatever, negotiations and backstabbery and all that stuff, maybe take it out from the inside. Very rarely did you actually ever want to, or could you ever penetrate most of the castles in the era. Which, to me, you know, having grown up with games such as Age of Empires, playing something like that, you always assume like, oh, okay, a trebuchet was like a fucking god tier, you know, machine of mass destruction. But if you look at modern recreations and compare their impact force of just one of the boulders that you could fire with a machine like that, the force from such a trebuchet wouldn't be enough to even like do much against a medieval wall, because those walls were at least, as a minimum, over a meter thick, and these boulders, even if they were to hit a wall and loosen some of the rocks, it doesn't remove the wall. Like, all the material is gonna stay around. So even if you make some of the wall cave in, if you will, there's still gonna be a wall there, or at least the rubble of you trying to get through. Similarly, some defensive positions for some castles were just so much like inaccessible through normal means of sieges that using things like ladders or whatever have you were almost, if not completely, impossible. And those, you know, that's the reason why we see castles still today, is that, you know, they didn't get destroyed, because even then, like, imagine you're a king and or some kind of warlord or whatever, and your goal is to take over a castle to use it for your own goods. Well, what good does it make you if you destroy the castle in the process? Then you just have a pile of junk, you know? And even then, like, the range of a trebuchet, though it's fairly far, it's not really that far compared to, like, you could probably, I can't remember how far exactly it is, so you gotta pardon me on that, but it's like, you could probably stand on, like, as the defenders could probably stand on their walls and shoot towards anyone who would try to load said trebuchet, because the trebuchet would need a clean line of fire, so no trees in the way, which most likely wouldn't be the case in any way. And they would need to calculate the shot, and it's such a small projectile against such a huge castle. And some castles even had multiple baileys, so just breaking the outer wall didn't mean that you took over the castle. And in some really extreme cases, some castles had more than like 10 different baileys that you would need to get through, which is just insane. And that's the reason why castles in the past could be defended by a very small group of people, as opposed, you know, you needing a pretty good sizable army in order to take it down. Which is why they mostly, as far as I've understood it, strive towards starving them out of the situation. Which again also wasn't that easy, because they usually had like secret, smaller entrances that were even harder to reach than the main ones that they used to get materials in and out. So sometimes these sieges would last literally years, like literally years, where the defenders would just get supplies and the attackers couldn't do anything but wait. Anyway, let's continue.
So you've come back to the temple.
I was invited back. The priests wanted to hear what I had to say about reconciliation with the other tribes. They're listening. At least they've begun to listen. There's a distance between ears and deeds.
Because of what we did?
What you did.
It was for the mourners. I think it helped them.
You set them on the path. You can't know what their journeys hold. Such is the priest's lot. Perhaps a red robe would suit you.
Not me. Besides, your temple doesn't even take women.
We would be richer if we did. Go in light, my friend, and let the sun cast your way.
Thank you, Naman. Where I'm going, I could probably use all the light I can get.
Well, at least this younger generation is more progressive, right? That's cool. But yeah, if you want to like get some pretty good insight in how medieval castles and all that stuff works, I would highly recommend going and subscribing to Shadiversity on YouTube. He does such a good job at trying to, let's say, cover all the different things that normally people get like a misconception of. And you know, all things medieval especially, he does a pretty good job at it. Not saying that he always gets things right. I mean, in his own words, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, he's even said it a couple times where he doesn't always get everything right. And you know, that's perfectly fine. It's gonna be impossible when covering, you know, history like that to always be correct. And he also does a pretty good job at addressing situations where he's incorrect. Something like he's done in the past, which seems kind of like an interesting concept, is also to try and analyze castle designs and defensive positions in video games. Like, you know, take this game for instance. All these stone wall embellishments and everything. How well do they actually defend against an attack, you know? And you would go in and see like, okay, so they don't actually have a gate in here, but it looks like you can actually get up in that archway somehow. And we even have like a small tower there, which looks like you should be able to stand in, but you know, there not being a gate here means that you can just walk past this and just block any incoming fire with shields or whatever have you, I suppose. That kind of stuff. That's of course, you know, video games are going to be video games, and my assumption is that a lot of the artists making all these castle designs, including probably level designers, they don't necessarily go for realism, they just go for what they think looks cool. And you know, a lot of the times when an artist makes an asset, they use reference material by just, you know, searching on it through the internet. And in a lot of cases they'll just generically Google like, okay, what does a castle look like? But not necessarily always think about the practicalities of the situation. So something that looks cool on an actual medieval wall to an artist might actually have a very important real-world function that they don't consider, and thus their implementation in the artwork isn't accurate. Just a bit interesting. Okay, so let's sell some modifications here, just before I forget it again. Jeez, we have so many spear upgrades, but you only get one spear in the game, And like as far as I remember, you can literally just upgrade the damage. I don't think it even is possible to get the tear increases anyway. Let's clear some space out here. Some of the green ones here do have an interesting combination of stats though, even though they're green. So I'm gonna keep those just for good measure's sake. Might never end up using them, but something. Like this, for instance, would you rather have, you know, those extra 2 resistances or 2 more to stealth? I would probably go for the uncommon ones in this case. They seem way more valuable, especially on armor, because these percentages, they translate into direct damage resist numbers. So it's not like with weapons where it's 6% of a baseline after all. Okay. But rather a 6% increase, or 6-point increase, I suppose. Like it's, I guess you would say, what you would say there is that it's additive instead of multiplicative. What was this quarry about again? Because that's another side quest that we might want to do. Blood and Stone 24. I mean, we are technically level 27, so it's, you know, within our sort of level range, but I don't really trust that. We should probably give it a go at least, though. How generous of the game to fill up my HP to at least 100 and something hit points. Not like it's gonna matter, because anything hitting me with that little hit points right now would literally just kill me instantly. Why did I jump down there? I don't know. But I probably shouldn't have.
Strange. Where did this mound come from?
That's a robot. Or what? Yeah. Damn. Okay, that's dangerous.
Oh boy. You're a big one, aren't you?
I don't remember this thing at all. Whoa. A rock breaker. Oh. Give me a moment to like compose myself. Damn. Okay. That's not how you dodged that for sure. Where the fuck did it go? Oh man. Jesus. Okay, that wasn't a strategy that worked either. I don't even know what weaknesses it is to cast because I can't freaking. Okay, that did absolutely nothing. That seemingly did nothing as well. I don't like not knowing where it could be. Yeah, I saw that coming. Couldn't really dodge in the opposite direction when there was nowhere to go. What? What did I get hit by? Oh well. I do not remember this robot at all.
Oh boy. You're a big one, aren't you?
Yeah, you're a big one, aren't you? Don't say anyone. I wonder if we can use the tripcaster in this thing. And I don't think it's gonna be a good idea to try and use. Oh, that's bullshit. That is freaking bullshit. Yep. Yep. Okay, third time's the charm. Oh, I know.
Oh boy. You're a big one, aren't you?
Okay, so it does actually give us some info on it. Okay. This is a little bit better now. I can actually focus on what the fuck to do about it. Got an exhaust port. Okay, no particular weaknesses except frost, and we can't do that. We can only do electric and fire. It's not the one that I should use. This is the one that I should use. That doesn't make any sense. Hey, Aloy. Damage on this thing is so inconsistent though, like, holy shit. Ah, god damn it, didn't hit it. 16. Oh, what? It has a freaking ranged attack as well? Gotta be shitting me. And I'm using the freaking wrong ammo, okay. Doing way more damage now, okay. Can't really know what exactly the point of that was. Okay, this is a little bit stressful, gonna be honest here.
Oh boy, you're a big one,
So
aren't
let's
you?
try and use the correct arrows this time at least. Well, nothing super useful in that time. What? Oh my god, give me like a moment to freaking react here. And of course it landed on top of me. Great. The dog wrong direction, I suppose. Oh. Holy shit. Okay. Holy fucking shit, dude. Oh. Fuck. Hey. Whoa, okay. 2 purple oils. Don't mind if I do. What is this, like, supposed to be a huge gigantic mole mixed with like a lizard or something? So fucking mean looking though. Jeez. Okay. I think we found the thing that killed the gods. Gonna be honest here, that was palms are sweaty. Oof, need to cool down a little bit. That was intense. Have I ever fought that in the past though? I just can't remember. Seems like something you would be able to remember, but that was a fun fight though. Apart from the bullshit moments, of course. It's okay.
I've never seen a machine like that. Whoa! Nor a hunter so bold. Take this. It's from the quarry stores, but no one's gonna argue that you don't deserve it. May you walk in the light, friend. Especially when dealing with what comes up from the ground.
I've seen this 4 times already.
So how the fuck did no one notice this?
Wasted time. Show was better last
I'm just... You tell me 5 people disappeared and no one saw this thing
Oh, wonderful.
anywhere. No one went to investigate without that thing appearing.
I've seen better.
Bullshit. Anyway, that should be that side quest completed. Find a use for the power. So day tower is where exactly? Hello? Oh right, I'm not near a road, that's why it's not... I'm not close enough to a road, that's why it's not showing up. Hey, this is better. Okay, right, yeah, day tower is just that place. Let's just do this then. Just walk there. Ooh.
Whoever's in charge here might know if Nakoa came through.
Okay, so...
Machines killing people all over the Sundom.
Wait, what?
I wouldn't have believed it if I hadn't seen it myself.
Oh, it's up there. Did notice on the compass that it was like a... That it was like a box icon up there. Well, go and see what it's about if we can. Guess we just gotta do this. Flame, a small glyph book on cheap parchment. Illustrated with sketches of arguing Oseram men. By the well-traveled Aram. Back to the claim. Often, I fling open the windows of my villa, not only to partake of the scents and sights of the city, but to hear the questions on the streets. Equally often, I hear asked aloud what to make of these outsiders, these Oseram, who are suddenly our allies or even neighbors. Why do they eat as they do, argue as they do? What is the matter of their heady scent? Why are they always drinking? Like a ray of the sun amid the darkness, the question is best followed to its source. So, for the benefit of the inquisitive, I contrived to join a trading caravan to the claim, at least as far as the closest village beyond the brick walls. The claim. It is a muted land, where fire smoke hangs heavy in the air amongst the tall, thin trees, where the ground has not been dug up in the Oseram's ceaseless search for metal. It is cased in frost, and beneath the frost, yet more frost before stony soil. And worse, soot. Everywhere. Soot all pervading. Though I had worn my sturdiest travel silks, keeping them unsoiled proved impossible. Noticing my discomfort, some Oseram washerwomen offered their services, but seeing the shade of the water in their tubs, I declined. Indeed, regard for cleanliness is not an Oseram virtue. Despite its protective walls of piled slate and slouched round stone huts, the village struck me as overly exposed to the elements. The chief elements in the claim being a cold, oily rain and hoar frost. Even so, the open fires hissed and spat and burned on, and the mood was bustling and lively, much as you might find in an outbuilding for livestock, for example. What I will endure to bring the light of knowledge to the folk of my tribe. The Oseram have no priests or kings, and spit at the mention of such titles, but they defer to the counsel of their wise men, the village ealdormen. It seems each settlement elects such men for the purpose of unceasing argument. From dawn until long into the night, they shout over each other on matters of policy and taxation. Come the next morning, a line of villagers will already have formed for the privilege of arguing back. I joined such a line for several hours, while children squealed, birds squawked, and hammering, accursed, endless hammering echoed over the trampled straw and rain-filled cart ruts. Finally, I was permitted to face the free ealdormen and deliver my question. I asked for their opinion on the peace between our tribes and Sun King Avad's offer of welcome in Meridian itself. Readers, I say asked, but the matter was not so simple, as the Oseram erupted into insults and arguments even before the words had finished leaving my lips. I found myself talked over, shouted down, subjected to seemingly unconnected abuse, and it was only when I raised my voice in return, an invigorating experience, that I was grudgingly answered. Their opinions are muddled and mixed, to say the least, and I will not profane this parchment by transcribing the words used to express them. Suffice it to say that they see the benefits of free trades between our tribes, and indeed have flourished from it, after long years of war. However, it seems few Oseram that trade outside the claim return their taxes, or even return at all. The ealdormen believe that they are stolen away by a manner of living that is, quote unquote, downright Karja, a phrase they punctuate by spitting upon the floor. In return, I suggested that their mistrust and fear of a civilized way of life was positively Oseram. I could not bring myself to spit indoors. This caused great commotion, after which I was bodily carried from the building upon the shoulders of my hosts, and deposited in the midst of a coming-of-age celebration, Not for a man, but for some new manner of device. I awoke on a cart arriving at Pitchcliff. My throat was hoarse, my arms numbed from accepting countless challenges to wrestle, and the taste of an alcohol, much like machine oil, was still on my tongue. My head ached as if split down the center. Truly, I had risked my life in search of an answer. Is there more to the Osram character than brawling, drinking, and shouting? Simply put, dear reader, there is not. But let us hope that the Ilderman fears will be proven true, and in time the sun's light and Meridian's glory can temper these rough-hewn folk. Yeah, I mean, again, I've already said this in past streams, but, you know, they're basically Vikings, I guess, is the idea. Technology proficient Vikings that like to tinker and break things.
Avad's peace has brought prosperity back to the Sundom.
Or at least that's my perception of them. I could be wrong.
Don't look to me for help. My duty is
Find the outpost commander, right?
politics.
How do I find them? Wasn't that the guy standing at the railing overlooking this place in the past?
Any word about our missing men?
I'm still working on it. You said something happened with Nakoa.
The Nora girl? Yes, something happened. Attempted murder. Prefect Zaid can tell you more about it. You can find him near the main tower, up the steps.
Wait. Saeed is here.
He is. Look, I've heard what your people say about him, but he swears it's a case of mistaken identity. If there's a shadow to him, I've never been able to prove it, and the forbearance he showed towards this Nakoa woman was impressive. Oh, speak to him. Maybe he knows where she went. And try not to assault him, please.
I need to go.
Let me know if there's any news about those missing men.
Okay, so he gave me information on where he was. Okay. Probably could have gotten it by just talking to a random guard too. Yeah, so they have like electricity here too, I suppose. At least what it looks like. Whatever those rotating and moving parts are supposed to be though.
Oh, my poor feet.
Here's Zaid.
And you're Anora. I can tell from your tone you've heard of me. Let me ease your mind. There seem to be wild stories about me among your tribe. But the Nora have me mistaken for someone else. I'm not sure where the fault lies, but the fog of war often breeds confusion. Unfortunately, some refuse to acknowledge the error. So it was with the last Nora who came through here.
So you deny participating in the Red Raids?
No, I didn't say that. I did have a role in those operations, albeit a very limited one. But all this nonsense about torture and murder, that wasn't me. They have me confused with some other commander. I don't doubt some of my comrades did bad things, but Sun King Avad has worked hard to eliminate such brutality.
The last Nora who came through here. You mean Nakoa?
Is that her name? Oh well. It was a very unfortunate situation. She attacked me in broad daylight. If one of my men hadn't spotted her, I might well have been injured. But we were able to subdue her without harm.
What did you do with her?
I let her go, of course. It was clear she thought I was responsible for unspeakable things. So, in a sense, her actions were justifiable. I explained that she was wrong, then sent her on her way. Sadly, I don't think she believed me.
I mean, you'd have to work a little bit harder than that, my dude. Otherwise, you're never gonna convince these Nora people.
Where is Nakoa now?
I don't know exactly. She left raving that she would find a way to bring me down. But I did hear a report from the garrison at Lonesome Rock that a young woman had been abducted by bandits. Might have been her.
You've really gone out of your way to help, Prefect Said.
It's no trouble. The Sun King wishes to make amends with your people, and I am his humble servant.
I'll go to Lonesome Rock and get to the bottom of this. I promise you that.
You do that. And if our men are anything less than helpful, please let me know.
Good day.
Really
Can't
makes
trust
me.
him, not after what Jan told me. That garrison is my only lead.
Hmm. I wonder how long they're gonna go with that stance on everything, you know. So where is this? Oh, okay. Don't have this one, but we can go here at least. Because everyone's just being super like polite towards the Nora, at least in any official capacity. Makes you wonder how long that kind of hospitality would last. How long it would take for people to fall into old habits again. And think that, you know, something that went on for literally decades, I suppose, could be washed away by a few years of showing that they care. Hmm.
I'll tuck that away.
Okay, need to go. Whoa, okay, could you like maybe not spawn something like that right in front of my face? A long leg. Oh, okay. Ow. It actually frightened me a little bit. I forgot that would happen when you break them. What are you doing all the way up here? Whoa. Oh, I don't want to fight two of these. Whoa. Whoa, okay, that was a little bit of a risky move, but I didn't quite Whee! Oh man, crap, did I save? Please tell me I saved. Looks like I did. Hmm.
Damn.
Alright, so it calls in reinforcements, isn't that how it works? That's where the freaking crocodilians came from. Or maybe because they're just down the roads. those. I was contemplating though, because we should have, yeah, we have like these bows. I was thinking, do we use our alternate bow to improve our fire arrows maybe? I mean, we could. I don't know if it's gonna be any substantial difference though. And we would need to put it on the wheel. Whoa! Okay, we were super lucky right there. Did not get hit, that is. Oh, that's bullshit. Yep, no way I was dodging that.
Get out of this.
Totally missed. Oh, that tail totally took me out, didn't it? Probably heard. Well, I did make a quick save before we perished. Gave us a skill point, which is why I was doing it. Or well, the main reason anyway. Yeah, let's get some more damage on the spear though. All these enemies respawn as a consequence. I just have to get past them. Okay, I couldn't do that. That was worth a try. Wait, what?
Keep quiet now.
Oh, okay, so those are actually already too big to investigate. Yep, I don't think I'm gonna deal with that. We can't just do a silent takedown on those long legs. And it does seem like it does in fact call in support, if you will. Me. That went pretty decently well.
I need this.
That's the fortress we need to go to. Of course, these guys are gonna be all like, oh, you destroyed our protector. Now we're gonna get you.
This must be Lonesome Rock. If it's a trap, I might need to go and find it.
Well, good luck being in quiet with all this shit going on out here. Guess this is how far they'll go. Might as well try and see if we can't exploit that for some free loot.
It's off. Gotta follow up.
Too bad. Those are metal whistles. Metal whistle. Let's go and loot the last one. Yeah, it seems like we need to be a little bit more diligent collecting wood.
Look at this.
We're running pretty low again. Thankfully, there's a good amount of it around here. Okay, so I mean, as you said it, Aloy, if it's a trap, we don't want to go head first.
Seems like an ordinary outpost. I'd better look around.
I'm so bored.
There are chains in the cart.
I'm bored with you talking about being bored.
I'm bored with you complaining about me being bored.
I wasn't complaining about you being bored. I was complaining about your complaining.
Well, now I'm complaining about your complaining.
Make some resistance potions real quick. Not the one. Yeah, we don't have that many freeze resistance plants, so those are a little bit
Probably going to
problematic.
Hold, Outlander! What are you doing here?
Prefect Zaid told me that bandits abducted a girl near here. Do you know where they might have taken her?
Zaid told you that, did he? Huh. No bandits around here, girl. But I think I can help you find your friend. The boss sent us a fresh one, boys. Wrap her up and tie her down. Found him! Over here!
Yeah, so he was being overly kind. What a plot twist.
Alright, let's see what Zaid's hiding out here.
That evil bastard. Wait, what? Those tracks don't make much sense to me. They're literally going through a piece of rock, too. Hmm.
Not just chains, manacles. They were moving prisoners somewhere. Saving these for the trail. The tracks lead to that compound. Maybe Nakoa's inside.
Hmm. Yeah, a bunch of bad guys. Hmm. How to best approach this though?
Need them soon enough.
I don't know if we can just get up here maybe and walk around. Come on, that's what oh, there we go. I don't think you're supposed to do this then. We'll try. Okay, so actually gonna walk around then.
Come on, gents, let's get her.
Okay, that did alert the others too. Unfortunate as it may be. Oh, this one. Come on. There you want to. You little bastard. Okay. Then there's the two melee-based enemies. They're just gonna try and cheer on their dead comrades. Okay.
That hurt.
There we go. Bit of an alternative strategy, that one, with the jumping in order to slow down time, but it works. Oh, I guess the entrance is kind of closed, huh? So I had to actually get like some alternative entryway. I don't know if... Oh, well, there's a freaking hole in the wall. But yeah, probably still not an intended feature to be able to go up over the edge on the one side there. I did it anyway.
Prisoners. Chained up to be sold as slaves. Nakoa? Jan sent me. Look, we can talk more once we get everyone out of this pit.
Jan sent you? I don't believe it. Well, I guess one of his prayers finally worked.
I've got the key.
I'll help the others. Let's go.
Talk to Nakoa. She'll know what to do.
Let me guess, when I get up here, that that captain guy, Manor guy, is gonna be here.
I knew you were going to be trouble, girl. But you'll make it worth our while in the end.
The end is now, Zaid. For you and your men.
Whoa. Yeah, this is not fair.
Gonna make you pay for that.
Yeah, because he has like a special weapon too. It. First, good.
Oh, Mother, guide my hand!
Yeah, that wasn't too terrible.
You gave him a quicker death than he deserved.
My father was a hunter. He taught me every animal deserves a clean kill.
You like look at me when you're saying that at least? Of being like completely dead-eyed staring into the distance.
What are you gonna do now?
The others were in that cellar for months. The more run down they got, the harder it was for Zaid to sell them. They need food, rest, and hope. I'll take them to Meridian and tend to them.
You're not even going to try to go back? What about Jan?
The matriarchs won't let me back. Even if they would, I wouldn't go. They can burn for all I care. As for Jan, I know a way to get word to him. I'll miss that runt. But at least he'll know I'm safe.
How did Zaid capture you?
I tried to get him at Day Tower, but he caught me. Then let me go so he could have his men grab me later.
And after?
Said he was gonna sell me into slavery like the other poor bastards that came through here week to week. But he took his time, kicked me around whenever he stopped by. Guess me trying to kill him hurt his pride.
You've been through a lot.
I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Zaid's dead. I was ready to go through anything to make that happen. And I did.
Well, yeah, you did, but you failed.
How did Zaid come to run a ring of slavers?
All the scum you just killed? They butchered for Zaid during the Red Raids. The new Sun King kicked them out of the army, but Zaid managed to lie his way out of trouble, then saw a new way to make a shard, putting his grunts to work here.
If they were kicked out of the army, what the fuck were they doing at Day Tower then?
Time for me to go.
Look, I don't even know your story. It must be a good one if they gave you the mark of a seeker. If you ever feel like telling it, look me up in Meridian. I'll be there until the others get back up on their feet. Until then, thank you for helping me cut this rot from the world. I don't know. Maybe now I can put Zaid behind me and remember my father as I should.
My turn.
Ooh, lots of shards worth of things. And of course the quest reward. Definitely feel like I'm struggling to find good healing items though. Which on this difficulty more or less just boils down to it being a one-hit kill. So, what quests should we look at? Range events in the cut, Banuk lands found over the grief. That's the DLC. We have some errands. We do need another snap maw heart. And there is some right here, and there's a campfire a little bit further north, just past these. Crap, what are they call again? Chargers, I think. Broadheads. God damn it! I keep getting those wrong. Oh no. Shit. Well, I don't know if we can make it in one piece, but I'll damn sure try. Here we go, debating me into going this way. What happens if we do this?
We're scared.
Ow. Ow. What the frick happened to its head there for a moment? I don't think they're gonna try and follow me further if I stick around here. But if I do start to go like a little bit further out, they'll probably... I don't know about those snap balls though. Tell you what though, that long leg over there is a major pain in the ass. God damn it. Okay, so these guys have like all those batteries up their back, which is technically a weak spot. So is that thing under its chin, I suppose. Really many places I can stand here because of all the freaking ice being lobbed my way. Even if they can't really... God damn. Give me like a moment. Or because we're just at this type of range, so they're resolving to ranged attacks like this. Absolutely just spamming them all over the place. Kind of annoying. That's the noise I heard. Jeez, what do I do? Ah, fuck. Guess I'll just have to stand further away. One. I'm getting shot at from up the cliff too, I believe.
Definitely not scrappy.